season replays, fantasy drafts, ultimate created leagues, and what if tournaments. It's Coffee Cup Games with the coach, DKM. All right, we are entering the last day of the regular season. It is September 14th, Friday of the year 1900. Again, the last day of the regular season in our 1900 replay. As you can tell in the American League, pretty much all the spots have been solidified, except for the spot for number 4 and 5. Detroit and Milwaukee will end up playing each other in the first round, just trying to determine who will be the home team and who will be the away team in the first round of the playoffs. If Detroit wins, they will clinch the spot. If Milwaukee loses, Detroit will remain in the 4th spot. So either one of those two scenarios will keep the seedings as they are shown. But if Detroit loses and Milwaukee wins, it will come down to run difference. And based off of that scenario, it is a good chance that Milwaukee will move up into the 4th spot and Detroit will drop down to the 5th. And as you can tell, Detroit is on the road. They will be playing Indianapolis. Milwaukee is on the road. They will be playing Cleveland. So it'll be very interesting to see how it all plays out. But in the National League, we have a couple of scenarios that are going on that are still open. Boston realistically is going to be the number 2 spot. They have a 19-run advantage currently over the St. Louis Cardinals. So the only chance for Boston to not be the number 2 seed is if Boston loses, St. Louis wins, and Boston's loss and St. Louis's win, the run difference is more than 19. So as an example, Boston can lose by 10 and St. Louis can win by 10, then St. Louis will become the number 2 seed. But that is very unlikely, so we are assuming Boston will be the number 2, St. Louis will be number 3. On the bottom half of the table, though, you can see some very more challenging situations. Chicago is currently leading Philadelphia by a game. So the only way Philadelphia can jump up is if Chicago loses and Philadelphia wins. The run difference is enough that Philadelphia, if Chicago loses and Philadelphia wins, Philadelphia will become the 5th seed. Chicago will drop to the 6th. In the same manner, you see the same thing with New York and Cincinnati, the bottom 2 spots. If New York loses and the Cincinnati team wins, then the Red Stockings will jump ahead of the Giants, and the Giants will be the 8th seed. The Red Stockings will be the 7th seed. So that's where we're at with everything. As you can tell, looking at the games, Chicago is on the road, Philadelphia is on the road, New York is at home, and Cincinnati is at home. So a couple of scenarios here that could play out. It could make it very interesting. But let's go ahead. Let's jump into the action. And let's what we're going to do a little bit differently this game is we're just going to look at the end of the game. We're going to start with Detroit. If Detroit loses, then we will go to the end of the game for Milwaukee and see what happens. And then likewise, we will do it for the other games. So let's take a moment and let's jump into the action. All right, so we have entered into Detroit and Indianapolis. We decided to start the game at the 7th inning. Detroit had a huge 2nd inning where they scored 4 runs. They've held on to that lead. So the score is 5-1. It looks like Detroit's pitcher, Emil Frisk, has been incredible as he has held the Hoosiers to only 3 hits and 1 run. But we enter the top of the 7th. Detroit is up. Milligan still on the mound. He was the starter. Kid Elberfeld is 2 for 2. He also had a walk, and he has scored 2 runs. And starting the 7th inning, he's going to fly out to left field, and that will be 1 away. Next up is O'Harley. He is 0 for 2. He does have an RBI and on a sacrifice fly, but he singles this time. And so he's going to take first. They're going to try to hit and run. And it is going to be a ground out to short. He's going to fling it over to second for the out. We're going to try a double play, but not in time. So it will be 2 away, runner on first. And now Nickel, the cleanup man, is up. He is hitting .264. McAllister is going to try to steal. We're going to try to see if we can get him. Oof, and he just beats the tag. Wow. He was 60%, so a 12 was what he needed or less. He got the 12, so he just made it. So nickel is now up. It's going to be a ground ball to third base. That is going to end the inning. So if Detroit wins, as mentioned earlier, they will clinch the 4th spot in home field advantage in the first round. Named for the 7 American League players who have led their league in hitting at least 3 times. Ted Williams, I was thinking Wade Boggs, Lou Gehrig, maybe. Ty Cobb. Definitely want to go with Ty Cobb. Ty Cobb, Ted Williams, Wade Boggs. I was thinking it was either Babe Ruth or Lou Gehrig. Let's go with Gehrig. Ty Cobb, Wade Boggs, Ted Williams. Oof, and we were wrong on the last ones. Harry Hillman, Nap Lajoie, Tony Oliva, and Rod Carew. All right. Nap Lajoie, I should have known. I was struggling between either Gehrig and Ruth or Kirby Puckett, but I didn't think Kirby Puckett was able to. The other option I was thinking was Ichiro, but so unfortunately I got 3 out of the 4. Knew the first 3, but did not get the 4th one. So bottom of the 7th, Indianapolis needs to get some runs generated. Gray is up. He's going to hit a fly ball to center field. Nickel does not have a lot of range, but he does get to the warning track and haul it in, so that is going to be 1 away. Flynn is up. He is going to line out to first. That will be 2 down. Next brings up Milligan, the pitcher. He is going to get a single. Milligan is a good hitter. Hartzell's up. He's over 2 with a walk. Our leadoff man. He needs a 1 to 7 for a triple. He gets the 11 singles. Puts runners on the corners. We are going to try to steal. And with a 1 to 17, they're not even going to try to test the throw. This is an important at bat here. Magoon is up. He is hitting .352, but he is horrible in the clutch. As you can look at his card, the greens are hits that have dropped to outs. But Magoon is up, and he is going to hit a ground ball to third to end the inning, top of the 4th, or top of the 8th inning. And Milligan's still on the mound. Ryan's, who's 2 for 3, is going to hit a ground ball to third. It is dropped by Geyer, our second error of the game. Ryan takes first. And Dylan is up. He is going to hit a ground ball for a 6-4-3 double play, bringing up Holmes, who is going to hit a fly ball to left field. Hartzell is going to have to make a play. And he cannot get there as it goes past him. And Holmes gets a single and a 2-base error, so he's going to end up at third. Casey is up. He's going to hit a fly ball to left field. So the error by Hartzell is not going to cause any run damage. That's going to end the inning. We enter the bottom of the 8th. Sock Siebold is up. He's one of our better hitters in .312 this year with 15 home runs. He's going to lead us off with a single. We need to get runs, so we're going to try to see what we can do. Sock Siebold's not able to get a good lead, so Geyer's up. He is 2 for 3 with a double. He's going to hit a ball back to the pitcher, to Emil Frisk, who bobbles it and is not able to get Geyer out. So we have runners on first and second. That is the first error by Detroit of the game. And now Doc Powers is up, and it's going to be a strikeout. And it looks like that might be the 3rd strikeout of the game for Frisk, but 1 away, runners on first and second. Mathewson's up. He has struggled this year, hitting only .238. His woes continued even up to the last game of the season as he pops out, and now brings up Gray, a .276 hitter for the season. Ray is going to hit a ground ball to first. That's going to end the inning, so another opportunity lost. So Detroit holds on to their 5-1 lead entering the ninth inning. The pitcher Frisk is up. He's going to ground out back to the pitcher. That'll be an out. Kid Oberfeld's up. He's going to hit a ground ball to second. Magoon's going to have to make a play. He does. He's got great range, so it's going to be a 4-3 out. And that'll be 2 away. Harley's up. He's going to hit a ground ball to third. That'll be a 1-2-3 inning. So now it comes down to the bottom of the ninth. Detroit needs to hold off Indianapolis to clinch the number 4 spot. And so we'll see what happens here. Flynn is going to lead off for us. He's going to hit a ground ball to third. Casey's got good range, and he does get to the ball, makes a good play. That's going to be 1 away. Milligan is up. He's a good hitter. He is going to hit a ground ball to third. Again, Casey's going to have to make a play. He bobbles it, and he is not able to get Milligan, so that'll put a runner on first. Hartzell's up, our leadoff man. He is 1 for 3. He's going to hit a ground ball to second. We are putting a lot of pressure on the defense. And it looks like Jack Ryan is able to make a play, takes the easy out at first. So that's going to be 2 down, allowing Milligan to get the second, but he's not really a threat when it comes to the win. All they care about is the runner the batter at the plate. And again, for another time, the 4th time of the inning, fielders are going to have to make a play. The ball is going to be hit to Ryan. Ryan is going to be able to get there. He is going to make the out at first. So Detroit wins, and they end up sealing the 4th spot. So the American League is completely settled. It doesn't matter now what Indianapolis does, because at the end of the day, Detroit won, so they have clinched the spot. So let's now swing on over into the National League to see how things are going to play out. And into the National League, we now enter probably the most important game, the Chicago Orphans and the New York Giants. Both the Orphans and the Giants are in tight races. The Orphans are looking to be in 5th place, and the Giants are hoping to be in 7th place. If they win, they hold on to their spot, but obviously only one of these teams can win to be able to hold their spot. The other team's going to lose, and then the team that's chasing them has a chance to overtake. So let's go ahead real quick. Let's jump into the lineups. For Chicago, you can see they got Childs, Bradley, Green, Mertz, Ryan, McCormick, Ganzel, Dexter with Callahan on the mound. Callahan has 39 starts. He's 12-18 wins, losses, and he has a 3.77 ERA. Keep an eye out on the right fielder, Green. He's been hitting .468 the last 10 games. And then for the Giants, you can see they have a Hall of Famer in George Davis, the shortstop. But they got Van Holtren, Davis, Selbach, Hickman, Mercer, Smith, Grady, and Warner. And on the mound will be Pink Hawley. He's started 41 games. He's got a 19-15 record and a 3.36 ERA. Pink Hawley is the best pitcher on the staff when it comes to the Giants. Keep an eye on a few of their hitters, though. The center fielder, Van Holtren, is on a 15-game hitting streak. Selbach's hit 400 in the last 10 games, and the third baseman, Hickman, has hit 439 in the last 10 games. So it should be a fun game. A lot at stake in this one, so let's go ahead and jump into the action. Now, before we jump into the action, let's just once again take a quick look at the National League standings. We've updated the American League with all the results, so you can see where everybody kind of fits. Chicago will be playing Minneapolis. Indianapolis will be home team against Buffalo. Cleveland with Kansas City, and then Detroit and Milwaukee. But the most important game in this one is the last one listed in the National League, the Chicago Orphans, the New York Giants. Chicago is leading the race with Philadelphia. They have a 1-game lead over Philadelphia for 5th place, and the Giants have a 1-game lead over the Cincinnati Red Stockings for the 7th place spot. So one of these teams is going to seal the deal at the end of this game. The other team is going to lose, And obviously, then whoever's following them, whether it be Philadelphia or Cincinnati, has a chance, if they win, to overtake the other team's spot. So this is a really important game, probably the most important game of the last day of the season. A lot at stake here. So now let's go ahead, jump into the action. All right, so we are going to pick up the game between Chicago and New York at the Polo Grounds in the top of the sixth inning. I played the entire game. It's 2-1. Chicago Orphans are leading the New York Giants, and we are entering the sixth inning. Because we were doing multiple games, multiple things during this episode, we thought we would just try to show at the end of the game, primarily from the seventh inning on. But in this situation, it's the sixth inning that has started to get interesting. So let's pick up the game and the action entering the sixth inning. So end of 5, still 2-1. Bradley's going to be leading off for the Orphans. He's batting second in the lineup. He's playing third base. And so leading off the inning, he's going to draw a walk. So that's going to put a runner on. Green, who's 2 for 2 with a double, and he's a 1 for 10. He's going to hit a single. We are not going to test the runner, giving runners at the corners. There's 0 outs. We are going to bring the infield in against Mertz, who is hitting 282, good in the clutch. They're going to try to steal. We are going to try to hit the runner, and we do not get him. Runners on first and second. And we are going to go ahead and pitch to Mertz. Mertz is going to hit a single. We were thinking about walking him, but he does get an RBI single, advancing Green over to third. Mertz is going to try to steal, and he is pegged out at second, so that did not work for him. Now we're going to walk Ryan, who is 2 for 2, giving us McCormick, who is not good in the clutch, hitting 245 this year, 219 average with clutch. But this time he needs a 1-9 as he gets the pitcher's card, 6-6, and he gets a 1. So he is able to get a double, not get another run, putting runners on the corners. We are going to walk Ganzel, allowing us to face the 220 hitter Dexter, the catcher. So for the second time, we're going to try to see if this works. It's going to be a fly ball to Selbeck. Selbeck's got good range. He is able to do it, but it is deep enough that the runner is able to score. So Ryan advances on the sacrifice fly. They do pick up another run, so the Orphans now have a 5-1 lead. Callahan, the pitcher's up. He's going to ground out. They end the inning, but they do score 3 runs as we enter the bottom of the 6th. Mercer's up. He's hitting again 338. He needs a 1-10. He gets a 16. Lines out the third. That'll be 1 down. Smith, the right fielder's up. He hits a ground ball to shortstop. McCormick has to make a play. He does, and it is going to be an out. So 2 down. Grady's up, the first baseman. He's going to hit a line out. It's going to be a 1-2-3 inning. So after 6, it is Chicago 5, New York 1. Chicago has 5 runs on 9 hits. No errors committed. New York only has 1 run on 7 hits with no errors. So a lot of singles so far, a couple of doubles. No errors, so no defensive mistakes. We do have 1 pass ball so far. But we are entering in the final third of the game. The bottom 3 innings, Childs is up. The lead off the 7th, it is going to be a play with the catcher. It is going to be a pop-up, and Warner makes the catch. Bradley's up. He's 0 for 2. He's going to hit a fly ball to center field. That's going to make the 2nd out of the game, bringing up Green. Green is 3 for 3 with a double. He needs a 1 or a 2. He gets a 19, so it will be a fly out instead of a home run. That's going to end the inning 1-2-3, bottom of the 7th. But beforehand, we do have a question of who was the outfielder from the Orioles that won the American League Rookie of the Year in 1973. My first gut was Montgomery, but I don't believe that is correct. And I was. Look at that. Every now and then I get one right. Even a blind squirrel can find an acorn. Warner's up. He's our catcher. If he gets on base, which he does not, that's not going to help us. He's going to pop out the short. I was thinking if he gets on base, we might either bunt or bring in a pinch hitter. I am thinking, though, with the game and the situation it is, we do need to bring in a pitch hitter. I was looking at Bernard. He has a good average for the year so far. Bowman is a no. Kogan is a definite no. Doyle is a desperate maybe. Foster looks like he's going to be our pinch hitter. So we're going to bring up Foster to pinch hit in the bottom of the 7th, hoping that this might be able to help us out a little bit. He is going to get a single, really important hit there. He is slower than molasses on a cold winter's night, so he is not going to be stealing anything. Van Holtren, our leadoff man, is up. He's 2 for 3 with 1 out. He's going to need to get something, but he is not going to. It's going to be a pop out the short as McCormick pulls that one in. And next up is Davis. He's 0 for 3. We definitely could use a hit right now, and unfortunately we are not going to get it. It's going to be a fly out to right field, and that's going to end the inning. Foster could go to right. Nope, we'll just bring in a pitcher here. We're going to bring in the old Christy Mathewson. See what he can do. He is 5-10 run the year with a 6.87 ERA. Definitely not having the year of his normal career. He's going to be facing Mertz. Mertz needs a 1 for 9 for a home run, so he got the perfect roll. Unfortunately, he gets a 17, so that helps us out. Ryan's up. He's 2 for 2 with 2 runs. Mathewson gives up a double on the pitcher's card. As you can tell, Mathewson's card is not like it normally used to look. McCormick's going to draw a walk, putting runners on first and second. Ganzel's up. I think we just got to stop this little effort here. He's good against lefties, and that's about it. And they don't have a lot of lefties. So Taylor's going to come in now. And they got the worst roll for us, 1-19. And that's going to be a 2-run double. So they now have a 7-1 lead. Dexter's up. He's going to pop out the second. That's going to be 2 out. But it looks like this game might pretty well be over as the Orphans take advantage of some more runs in the inning. That is going to be the first error of the game as Callahan gets on base on air by Mercer. Cupid Childs is up. And luckily, Cupid Childs doesn't get the hit as we throw out the runner at second. So now entering the bottom of the 8th, we have 6 runs to make up. If we have a shot here, Kip Selbeck's up. He's going to hit a ground ball back to the pitcher. That's going to be 1 away. Hickman's up. He's 2 for 3. He's going to hit a fly ball to right field. Green's going to have to make a play. Green gets under it. He's got it. And that's going to be 2 down. Bottom of the 8th, 2 down. Chances are getting low. Mercer's up. He's going to hit a single. Yeah, why not? We'll try to advance him. And he gets thrown out at second trying to extend a double. Took a risk there. Top of the 9th inning. Childs, the leadoff man, is up. He is going to draw a walk. So he's on first. Bradley's up. He's 0 for 3. He's going to hit a ground ball that'll be thrown out at first. So Childs is going to take second. 1 down. Green is up. He's 3 for 4 with a double. He needs a 1 to 7 for a triple. He does end up getting it. And unfortunately for us, that just means another run. So Green gets a triple, putting another run on the board. Mertz is up. He needs a 1 to 10. He gets the 10. And it's going to be another run. This game has gotten ugly in the last few innings pretty badly. Ryan, who's 3 for 3, also has an intentional walk. He finally gets an out. 2 down. McCormick's up. Fly ball to center field. That's going to end the inning. And so we enter the bottom of the ninth. We need to make up 8 runs. Not looking good. Smith is up. He's hitting 301 this year, so he's got a chance. Oh, he needs a 1 for 5. He gets a 1, so he's got a single. Yep. Grady's up, first baseman. We might as well see what else we got here. We'll bring in a pitch hitter, Seymour. See what he can do. He's going to hit a ground ball to short. And that'll be an out. Warner's up. He's hitting 292 this year. He's going to hit a ground out back to the pitcher. So a couple of fielders' choices. Puts 2 down. Bottom of the ninth. We are going to have to bring in a pitch hitter. No doubt about it. We're going to bring Murphy in, who's outstanding against left-handed hitters. But unfortunately, he's going to end the game with a pop out the first. So that's going to end the game. So what this simply means is this. That Chicago has guaranteed their spot as the number 7 seed. Cincinnati has no shot to overtake them. With Chicago Chicago winning. Yeah, let me start that over. Chicago wins. Philadelphia has no chance to overtake. So Chicago is the 5th seed. Philadelphia is now the 6th seed. With the Giants losing, the Red Stockings have a chance to slide into play. Player of the game to me has to probably be Green, the right fielder. He went 4 for 5. He had 2 RBIs. He had 2 runs. So really good game by him. Callahan did have a good game. He did pitch 8 innings, gave up 9 hits, 1 earned run, struck out 1. But I would probably say with all the offense that went on, it might be Green. So we're going to give that one to Green. But that pretty much seals the deal with the first game in the National League that we had to look at. So let's take a moment. Let's just check back into the standings, and let's just see where everybody is. All right, so now that we finished that game, we can get a little bit of a better picture of the National League. As you just saw, Chicago beat New York at the Polo Grounds. Chicago won 9-1, which means the Orphans of Chicago are now officially the 5th seed. Philadelphia is officially the 6th seed. The other game that we did go ahead and automate was Pittsburgh at Brooklyn. That looked like that would have been a fun game, a slugfest with a 15-14 victory for Pittsburgh over Brooklyn. But now that's going to take us to St. Louis and Cincinnati. Cincinnati can jump up a spot if they can win against St. Louis. Cincinnati is going to be the home team. If they win, they will become the 7th seed. If they lose, then New York will remain the 7th seed. So let's go ahead and jump into the action. It's starting the 7th inning, and let's see what's going on. Wow, do you want to see this? Jumping into the game. I wasn't expecting this, but Cincinnati's pitcher, Ted Breitenstein, is throwing a no-hitter. Can't believe it. He does not have a perfect game, but I just entered it. I just turned it on, quick played it to the top of the 7th, and I see that the score is 0-0. and St. Louis is yet to get a hit. So let's jump into the action. Ted Breitenstein is on the mound with a no-hitter going. He is going against now the number 4, 5, and 6 hitter of Donlin, McGann, and Wallace. So let's see what happens here. Breitenstein is on the mound, and Donlin is going to pop out to short. That's going to be 1 out. McGann is up. He is 0 for 2. You're going to hear a lot of offers. It's a hit to Steinfeld. He scoops up, throws the first, safe. The throw pulled Beckley off the bag. And so Steinfeld is charged with an error. So the no-hitter stays alive. Next up is Bobby Wallace. Bobby Wallace is going to hit a fly ball to right field for McBride to pull in. That's going to be 2 outs. Now Robinson is up, the catcher. And he's going to hit a ground ball to short. So Breitenstein keeps his no-hitter going through 7 innings. Named the Cardinals the last 30-game winner. Jeez. I don't know. So there was a guy in the 60s that might have done it. Or 70s. But I'm going to go all the way back to Dizzy Dean. Yes. Man, that's 2 in a row right there. All right, so moving on. So now Powell, the pitcher for St. Louis, he actually is throwing a shutout, and it's only given up 4 runs and 6 hits, but he's being overshadowed by Breitenstein. But Powell has a shutout going, and so Irwin is up. He's our third baseman. He's hitting .312 this year. He needs a 1-13. He does get a single, and so now he's on base. We are going to go ahead and try to steal. We cannot get that. Pete's is up. He's hitting .281 this year. We're going to let him hit. He is hit by the pitch. So runners on first and second. We have a chance to get some runs here. Steinfeld is up. He's hitting .272 this year. Oh, boy. We're just going to go ahead and take the chance of the bunt. Oh. Had a chance to beat it out, but unfortunately we got a 20, which didn't help. So Breitenstein is up. He's hitting .215 this year, but he has a chance to break the lead. And so he is going to hit a line out to Wallace. That will be 2 away, bringing up McBride, our leadoff man, who's hitting .276 this year. He is 2 for 3 with a double. Runners on second, third, bottom of the 7th, 2 outs. They're going to walk him. Ah, you idiots playing smart baseball. All right, so Tommy Corcoran is up. He is hitting .249 this year. He's 0 for 3 with 3 lineouts. No time like the... Oh my gosh. He needed a 1-4 for a home run, but he is a W power, so he does get a 2. Again, I don't like this rule. W power, home run, they should get, based on their speed, no less than a double. That's just my opinion. But 2 runs come in, giving us Cincinnati the lead. And now if we can hold on this lead, we will jump up into the 7th spot. Beckley is up. He needs a 1-8. He gets a 6. So he is going to knock in another run. We're going to put runners on the corners. Barrett is up. He is 0 for 1. He's been walked and he's been hit by a pitch. He's going to hit a ground ball to Keister, who is a horrible second baseman defensively. And it's going to be an error. So another run comes in. Runners on first and second. A good rally here. It is finally going to be a line out by Harley to end the inning, but we have a 4-run lead. So the no-hitter is still intact. Cincinnati can move up a spot, and if that happens, Cincinnati ends up winning this one. St. Louis will be guaranteed the number I believe it's the third spot, as they needed a win. Yep, they needed a win to be able to have a chance to catch Boston. So Breitenstein's up. This is actually exciting that they have a no-hitter going. It's a ground ball to the pitcher. There's a 10% chance of a hit, and we get the out. So Breitenstein's up. Otto Kruger is going to be coming up to bat as a pinch hitter. He's hitting 278 with 6 home runs and 48 RBIs this year. He's batting 293 against Southpaws. So they're bringing in a top-notch hitter here. We need a pitcher's card, and it's a walk, so we'll take that. As the no-hitter stays intact, John McGraw, the Hall of Famer, is up. He was hit by a pitch, and then he's 0 for 2 after that. So McGraw is up. He is going to hit a ground ball to shortstop for a 4-6-3 double play. The no-hitter is intact. This is actually kind of fun. I could care less about what we do in the bottom of the 8th. Irwin is up. He's going to single, which is all like, okay, let's just get through the inning. We're going to go ahead and steal. He gets thrown out, actually. It's kind of funny. It's like I want the inning to be over, but it was stealing because the percentages were in my favor. Pites is going to pop out, so it brings up Steinfeld. Steinfeld's going to line out. So we are entering the 9th inning with a shutout intact. And no hitter is going on. Ted Breitenstein is going to be facing the number 2, 3, and 4 hitters. So Donovan's up. He has a sacrifice bunt. He's 0 for 2. He's going to line out to third base. That's going to be 1 down. 2 more batters for the no-hitter. The first no-hitter I've ever seen, even though this wasn't the full game. I picked it up in the 7th. This is actually pretty cool. Burkett's up. He's going to draw a walk. Next up is Donlin, who is a 348 hitter. He leads the league with 24 home runs, 96 RBIs. So you're going against Burkett, who's one of the top 5 hitters. He might be like number 3 in the league in hitting, batting average. And then you got Donlin, the best power hitter in the league. So this is not like a sucky team. And Donlin's going to pop out the short, bringing up McGann. If he can get McGann out, this is a no-hitter. Brighton hits the ball to short. Tommy Corcoran's on. There's a 20% chance of a hit. And he makes it out. So that is going to be a no-hitter. The first time I've ever seen one in StratO'Matic. I wish I would have seen the entire game. But bring it up in the 7th inning. But this is just awesome. Breitenstein has now become a legend in my StratO'Matic history. First time I've ever had a no-hitter in 20-some years. I just wish I would have seen the whole thing. This is unreal. Coming in, my nerves were going a little bit, but an awesome game. Really, really excited to see that. So you can see Breitenstein here. He had 3 walks. He did strike out 1, but 0 hits, 0 runs, 0 earned runs, 3 walks, 1 strikeout. Breitenstein, incredible. Incredible game. Cincinnati fans certainly got their money's worth at League Park 2. Ted Breitenstein pitched a rare no-hitter as the Cincinnati Red Stockings toppled the St. Louis Cardinals 4-0. Breitenstein gave the hometown fans an afternoon that they'll never forget. He walks 3 St. Louis batters. What a day for the fans. They're on the edge of their seats from the 7th inning on, which is when we picked up the game. With every out, the electricity in the air mounted. Cincinnati finished with 8 hits in the victory. The loss was charged to Jack Powell. Breitenstein made us look bad, Patsy Tebow said. I've seen a lot of good performances in my time, and this one will be tucked away in the memory bank for a long time to come. I echo that very much. Patsy Tebow, who was a crazy manager. But, yeah, that was awesome to see. So that's going to end the game. We'll go back to the standings. That game right there pretty much settled everything else for the rest of the season and how playoffs are going to look. So let's just take a quick moment to look at the final standings and how everything plays out. But Ted Breitenstein with a no-hitter, that's pretty awesome. All right, so the season is officially over the last day. So in the American League, we saw Detroit win, holding on to the fourth spot. And so that solidified the American League. In the National League, Boston ended up winning 12-6. So they did what they needed to do easily to just take care of any of the other run differences. So Boston's the second seed, St. Louis is the third. The Orphans beat Chicago beat New York, giving Chicago the fifth spot. Philadelphia then automatically got the sixth, and then with New York's loss and Cincinnati's win, Cincinnati moved up in the standings, so they will be the seventh seed. New York drops to the eighth seed. But the highlight of the day was the no-hitter by Ted Breitenstein of Cincinnati. So we will take a look at how everything's going to play out later. In the playoffs, everything's going to be 7 games, but Chicago Invaders will be hosting the Minneapolis Millers. Indianapolis Hoosiers will be hosting the Buffalo Bills. The Cleveland Babes will be hosting the Kansas City Blues. The Detroit Wolverines will be hosting the Milwaukee Creams. In the National League, the Brooklyn Superbas will be hosting the New York Giants. Boston Beaners will be hosting the Cincinnati Red Stockings. St. Louis Cardinals will be hosting the Philadelphia Phillies. And the Pittsburgh Pirates will be hosting the Chicago Orphans. But that's the end of the season. You can see where everything plays out. Couple little last notes. Chicago ended up with a bunch of losses at the end in a row. Brooklyn was never quite able to get over that 100 mark. Had a lot of chances. They end up being on a losing streak. So Chicago and Brooklyn, though the number one seeds, ended the season with some losing streaks going on. So until next time, this is Coach DK. Hope you have a good time. Hope you enjoyed this one as much as I did. Thanks.